Welcome back to our Unreal Engine tutorial series where we're making a platforming game. Okay, so last time I promised that we're going to do a health system. So let's start on that. So where is a good place to start our health system? Let's start on our character. Okay? And just for those of you watching who are like, wow, he really doesn't sound like he knows what he's talking about. Well, I by no means claim to be an expert, but also I'm running these videos very kind of loosely off the cuff and very stream of thought. So what you're getting is my first run through. Most of these ideas and setups have not yet been built. It's not like I'm building this, deleting it, and then coming back to do it again. We are building this from scratch and exploring together. So, yeah, just for your knowledge. Woo, that's what we're doing. Okay, so switch logic, event graph, add movement, and our jumping movement. Okay. So, let's add health. So, what do we got? We got our action flags. We've got our target variable. Let's add a brand new variable, health. And we are going to make this a float. I like working with floats. They give you a little bit more precision when you need it. We could probably do a integer if we don't want to do decimal. Like a fraction of health being removed. We only want whole numbers. But in this case, I'm going to work with floats, and you can choose whatever sort of health variable you want to run. So let's get our health value out here. And what we're going to do for our health and damage in that is we're actually going to set up a function or a custom event here on our player character that takes damage, and we'll just call it from wherever he's supposed to be damaged, or it's supposed to be damaged, as our Nuts for Guts character is going to be a small robot. So let's do this. We are going to do a custom event. So brand new custom event. We are going to do damage is the name of our custom event. Perfect. And from do damage, we are going to say minus. We are going to minus, not underscore, minus from a float. We'll actually pull off here. Minus float from float. And then we're going to pull this pin onto our custom event to add a new output. Okay, and we are going to call that damage. There we go. Straighten off that connection. Straighten off that connection. Move everything around a bit. Keep it all pretty. Okay, so we are going to minus an amount of damage from our health. Okay, we are then going to have to check is this less than or equal to 0? And then we're going to run a branch and plug that in there. Straighten connections. Bring this in back. We can bring this right back like that. Just make it a little more aesthetically pleasing. Yeah, I like that right there. Okay, so get our current health. minus our damage. And is that less than 0? Or less than or equal to 0? Okay. If it is less than or equal to 0, we are going to create a widget. And I believe we made a game over class already, didn't we? Let's go over to our widgets folder. We have main menu, victory, game over. We do have a game over class. So we're just going to search for game over. Okay. We're going to get player controller. Plug that in right there. Move this all down so we got a bit more room. And then we are going to add to viewport. Straighten that connection. Straighten that. And then we are going to put our new value here through a clamp. So, clamp the float. And minimum 0. Maximum is, let's give it some ridiculous number, 9,000. Because our health will never be more than 9,000. And we'll straighten up to our clamp float. And then we are going to set our health. And there we go. Okay. And if our value here, our health minus damage, is not less than or equal to 0, we are only going to set our health. So, set health. And with that same value right there. Okay. So this way it's just, okay, updates the value. But if our health gets below 0, we show the game over screen. Okay. And again, we're just gonna make these pretty. Something like that. There we go. This is our do damage to player. Show game over if health 0 or lower. Okay. And the reason I have the clamp here is we're also going to show our player health here in just a moment. So, let's move all that like that. Get our comment box nice and good there. And we're going to save. Okay. And now we are going to, in our hazards, we are going to make a new hazard. We are going to right click, make a new blueprint, actor, and we are going to do a hurt zone. And we're going to open up our hurt zone. And in our hurt zone, we're going to add component, and we are going to add a box collision. And there. Okay. So we got our hurt zone. Now we want a on component begin overlap. And we're going to click our box again and on component end overlap. Now, something we ran into previously, I believe with the, what was it that we ran into this previously with? The switches we ran into this previously, is that the on-begin overlap sometimes triggers twice. And we do not want it hurting the character twice right out of the box. So, well, right into the box because they're walking into the box. But whatever. You know what I mean? We do not want the player being hurt twice when they walk into a zone. So we want to do once. Right there. Okay. What we could have happen is a delay. So we can do a sequence here. Sequence. Straighten up that connection, and then here we can have a delay. Straighten connection. So, do once, and then after a set period of time, reset this so that the player can take damage again. Now, when we do once, we want to cast to player. Did I just call our player player, or did I call it player character? So, cast to player character, and we want our other actor in here. We'll just straighten that off. And if our overlapping actor is our player character, we want to do damage. Straighten that connection. I'm going to set this to every 1 second. And then we want a new variable, and we want this damage. And we'll put that as a float. And there we go. So every time we walk into the box, we're going to do this only one time, and we're going to do damage to the player. Now on our player character, just to test this out, we are going to do a print string of our health. So print out how much health we have left. And our game over screen, we're going to have to go make our game over screen. So let's widgets, game over. We'll open this up, and we're just going to put some text out on the screen. And we're just going to say, you did. That's it. Like, what more do you want? You did. Yep, that's how we'll have it. Right in the middle of the screen. And we'll save. And we'll compile save. And we'll compile save. Now, let's bring a hurt zone out into our world. So we got our hazards, we've got our hurt zone. We are going to set it right in the middle of the map like everything else. We are then going to scale it. So the player is definitely going to be walking through that area. We'll move it up some. And back. And we are going to set its damage. Oh, that's something we forgot to do. Let's open that up again. And damage, we're going to turn our eyeball on. And that way we can change it from the editor here. So now we've got damage. We're going to set damage to 10. And player health. Let's come and go over to our player character. Our player health we're going to have as 100. Okay. So, make those go away. Make that come back. And if I come over and walk into this box, I'm down to 90 health. I'm down to 80 health. You can see the little blue text. 70 health. 60 health. 50 health. 40 health. 30. 20. 10. 0. You did. Okay. And there is our health system. Very simple. Just a health variable. We're going to leave this tutorial here, make it nice and short, and then in the next episode, we're going to come back and we are going to modify this a bit to have some prettier screens. So we're going to have a damage screen that lets us reset the level. And then we are going to also have a... what are we going to do also? We are also going to have a HUD heads-up display, so instead of relying on this print string, we'll actually get the player's health right on our screen. So that's what we'll do next time. I'll see you then. And yeah, hope you're enjoying the videos. Bye for now.